Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name's Sonia and on my channel we are talking about health, lifestyle and travel. So if you're interested in those things, want to know more, subscribe to my channel, ring the bell so you're notified of any of my video clips that are released. And today we're going to be talking about, does bariatric surgery or weight loss surgery really work? What if I were to tell you that the participants who opted for bariatric surgery that were interviewed in my Masters Thesis considered it to be the best thing that they had ever done and would recommend it to others? And that includes the ones who were admitted to ICU for 5 days with complications, and the other participant who was also readmitted to hospital 3 days after surgery. Even though these complications were experienced, they would recommend surgery. And some of their comments were things like, "This is 100% not the easy way out. It's been a really tough road." Another comment was, "The other thing is that people think weight loss surgery is an easy option." Holy cow, how easy? If this is easy, I don't want to see hard, because this has been one of the most difficult 2 months. This is 2 months post-surgery, this particular participant. This has been the most difficult 2 months of my life. Just so difficult. Another said, "I've heard people say to others, 'You're going the cheats way.' I don't know how they work that out. But it's definitely not the cheats way. I mean, how many years, how many decades have I been struggling?" And this particular participant had been struggling with weight loss for 3 decades. Weight loss after bariatric surgery occurs quickly within the first 12 months of surgery. The weight just shreds from a person. And it's during this time that having great support structures from a dietitian, from a psychologist and from your surgeon is key to a long-lasting result. So I urge you, if you know someone or if you're considering surgery yourself, bariatric surgery, make sure that you have access to a nutritionist as well as a psychologist to help you in the post-surgical time frame of up to 1 year. You know, you don't have to go to and see your dietitian all every week or anything like that. Initially, you will want to do that, but then after that, if you have access via email, you know, you might live 6 hours away from a city centre. So, you know, being able to give your nutritionist a call or, "Hey, I'm having problems with this," via email. You know, being able to access information is a great thing. So I advise, you know, for a great outcome, to have those support structures, and very important when you're considering your bariatric surgeon. Last week we talked about what is bariatric surgery, and we discussed that there were 2 reasons why people opt to have bariatric surgery. And number 1 was to improve their quality of life, and this is because, you know, when you're overweight or obese with a big numbered BMI, like anywhere from 30 up to 45, 50, it's very difficult to be able to climb a set of stairs without becoming breathless. It's difficult to play with your kids without being breathless, or your grandchildren without being breathless and struggling. And that's not to mention the other associated medical conditions such as diabetes, cardiovascular disease, joint problems, all those sorts of things as well. The second reason was they opted for surgery to improve their longevity of life. They knew that if they didn't do something about their weight, that they would have a shorter lifespan than what they should have. So they're the 2 reasons why people opt for bariatric surgery. And this is supported by the research, current research. This is what it shows. Those who had bariatric surgery said things like, and these were participants in my study, they said things like, "It's the best thing I've ever done. I would not change it for anything. It's made me think and feel like a fit person." Another said, "When I saw my GP after surgery, she said, 'Wow, congratulations. I'm so proud of you. You've saved your life.'" That's great, isn't it? Another said, "For me, it's just a tool. I can't undo everything I've done all day. I can't undo all my hard work." And this participant would exercise daily, would do all the right things, eat well, but at night would just binge on food. So for that participant, this was that comment. And another participant said, "I sometimes think to myself, God, why didn't I do this years ago?" They reported feelings as if they blended into society, that they belonged, that they felt they could visit places like the gym and actually work out with everyone else. They reported enjoying going for walks. And these were all new experiences for them and feelings for them. They also reported having improved quality of life and that they actually look forward to the future. Many shared their weight loss journey on social forums and different online sites. And this is where they felt supported by other people who had similar stories, and they felt they could share and be supported, often sharing their goals, achievement of weight loss goals, pictures from before, after, and as they went through, 12 months and reaching their ideal weight. So, being able to share with like people is a very important thing as well. Some of the post-surgical issues that a person can experience, will experience, are things like new eating patterns. All of a sudden, you have, particularly the gastric sleeve gastrectomy, you have 20% of a stomach. You can't put what you used to put in it, okay? Or else that person will feel full. Some explainers feeling like they're being punched in the face. And some say that they physically have to get up and walk it off. So sometimes there's a little bit of a disconnect with the brain and the stomach. The brain still thinks that it should be eating a plate full of food. There is no way that a plate full of food can fit in your stomach anymore. So it's getting your brain to understand that, and of course having strategies that you can distract yourself with while you're eating. And that's why it's important to have the support of a nutritionist as well. And as the weight starts to come off, sometimes people can experience feelings from the past which they may have repressed. Feelings of isolation, maybe it was abuse, and a whole number of things, rejection, all those sorts of things. So it can stir up a lot of emotions like that. And that's why it's important to have a psychologist to be able to help you, look in the mirror, embrace who you're becoming, and deal with any issues that surface during that time as well. There are also things like vitamin deficiencies that are experienced. Some people experience malnutrition. Other problems that have been identified in other research studies are things like sometimes people can be more prone to alcoholism as well as depression. So there are a number of things to consider when undergoing or opting for bariatric surgery. A fact I would like to share with you is that within 3 to 5 years, those who have had bariatric surgery will regain up to 50% of the weight that they've lost. And this is qualified research studies. So if you think that you're having bariatric surgery, all your problems are solved, you don't have to move more, you don't have to be careful what you eat, you go back to bad habits, you can be sure that within 3 to 5 years, that weight that you lost, 50% of it can and will return. And with it will be the medical conditions that you hoped to lose. Things like diabetes, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, joint pain. All those things return as your weight comes back on. So knowing that is important also to your long-term view of how to manage yourself and your post-surgery period of time so that you have the best result. And so if you're thinking of surgery, I hope that this video has helped you with any queries that you have, or helped you think, I really need to do a little bit of research, and there's some journals linked below that you can have a look at. There's also my Masters Research Thesis, which is very comprehensive. You can have a look at that. You can also look in the reference list and follow other journals. There are a lot of journals out there that you can read, or read my Masters Research Thesis. So I hope this has been helpful for you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.